This is probably the hardest conversation that I have to have with you guys because this is the first video, you know. Um, I never thought that I would make my first video very vulnerable and emotional, and sorry if it's long, but I think we need to have a little talk. So, before I get anything started, hey everybody, I'm Queen Kunta, and you have made it to my channel. For those of you who may have seen me with my best friend on a different channel, yeah, I'll explain that in another video, but I have my own personal channel now, and to be honest, I've been back and forth for months, hella months, deciding whether or not to make a video or not, because to be honest, I was going back and forth between, oh, should I do it because I didn't know what would become of it, or I would just make excuses like, oh, I don't have a professional recording camera. In case you were wondering, I'm actually recording on my phone right now. I made excuses, and I felt like today was the day that I cannot make any more excuses about anything in my life. I think in light of everything that's going on in the world and everything that's going on in life, this conversation is necessary, and it may be delicate for some people, it may hit home for some people, and if that's the case, then feel free to move on past this channel and don't watch it and just wait for me to upload my next video. Speaking of which, there will be another video, and I will go into more detail about me and my channel and like what this channel exactly is gonna be and what I'm gonna do. But I really wanted to make this first video meaningful. Not to say that none of my videos will be meaningful, but I wanted you guys to see my authentic emotional self right now, to say the least. Before I get into what I really want to talk to you guys about, hey, just sit back, relax, grab popcorn. It's gonna be a while, I'm sorry, but this conversation has to happen, and what better way to do it than without thousands of people. As I said, Queen Kunta, obviously, that's not my real name. But I will go into more detail about that in my next video. To get a little rundown, I will be 23 as of midnight tonight. I currently reside in Kansas City, Missouri. I work full-time in a children's hospital in the intensive care unit, and I'm just trying to survive. The next video, I will explain more about who I am and what this channel is going to be and all that, and you will get a little bit of a feel of who I am. But I wanted this video to be very specific and I'm a type of person that I lose track very easily, or when I'm really stressed out, I forget things very easily, and I don't want to forget to post something like this. So today's video, I wanted to talk about mental health and how important it is, whether or not it's you going through it or not. It could be somebody that you love. It could be somebody that you care about, somebody that you knew, somebody you know, somebody you know of. It could be anybody, and all it takes is just a few minutes or just a few seconds of you sending a text message, calling them, sending a voicemail, something for them to know that you care and that you want to talk to them and that you're willing to listen. And I mean, like, really listen, not just hearing. I figured the best way to discuss mental health is to tell you a little bit about my experiences personally, and I'll try to make it as quick as possible. To be honest, this is probably the hardest discussion I've ever had to make to a bunch of people that I don't even know. I've been dealing with, should I say, depression, anxiety, basically my entire life. You name it, I've probably thought about it, considered it, and done it. I cut when I was younger. Thought about suicide. I've thought about everything. And to be honest, I still have as an adult. And that doesn't go away. That thought, that feeling doesn't go away just because you're older, just because you feel like, you know what's going on with yourself. I struggle with it every day, and it's a daily struggle. It's a daily battle that I have to supersede or just get through, I can say that I'm blessed. I have family and friends who really care, and they listen, and I can just talk, and I feel like I'm being heard, and that, I can say, has helped me through a lot of the things that I've dealt with in my life. Mentally, I know that I'm not at a place where I want to be, because I definitely know that my mental health has been a huge influence in why or why not I haven't accomplished what I want to accomplish in my life. And I don't want anyone else, or I don't want anyone to go through life thinking that what you're going through is permanent and that you can't go past that. I want you to know that, one, you're not alone. We all think it, we all feel it, whether it's drastic, whether it's minimum. We all have something that we just can't seem to shake, or something that our minds just can't help but focus on, just be obsessed with. And for some people, it's just that. It's just an obsession. It's not even really a state of mind to where you feel like no one understands you. For others, it's a mixture of environment, family, peers, friends, everything that goes on in your life that has led you to that point where you feel like you are alone. And I want you guys to know that your feelings are temporary, and they will at some point. I'm not going to say immediately. I'm not going to say right now. I'm not going to say in a month or in 2 months. It takes time, and it's a process, just like anything in life. Everything is a process in life, and you have to be willing to work through that process and get through it and push in order for you to reach what you want to reach. You look up to all these stars, but because they have all the money, they have all the flashy clothes, they have the life that you think is ideal, that there's no way that they are going through anything. But that's not true. And if all the deaths that have been going on lately has taught me anything, and has taught and should teach anybody anything, is that money can't solve all of your problems. And sometimes money just makes the problems worse because you have easier access to ways of doing what you've been thinking for years. And I don't want anybody going through life thinking that, oh, so and so shouldn't be depressed because they have everything in life. And that's not necessarily true. Life is all about the emotions that you feel, whether they be totally rational or irrational. It doesn't matter. That makes you you, and I don't want anybody to feel like they can't be themselves around anybody else. It's important that you talk to people, strangers, peers, family, friends, anybody that is willing to listen, which is very important. If they can't, it's important for not only yourself but for them. It teaches you a valuable lesson when you can sit down with somebody and have an honest and open conversation about your mental health, about your physical health, and how they correlate. Like, your mental state of mind can have a great effect on how your physical state of being is. And I think it's very important that we as humans understand that everybody has something in their life that maybe they just need to work through, and they just need to talk it out, because sometimes, talking in your head only goes into a circle because you're just talking to yourself. And I don't want anybody to think that, you can't. I don't want anybody ever to feel like who you are now is who you have to be for the rest of your life, because that's not true. You can be whoever you want to be. You can make your life whatever you want to make it. I can honestly say I've changed a lot since I was a kid. And although I've had all these changes, my mental health is still something I struggle with on a daily basis, and I'm not ashamed of admitting that. I think it's kind of sad in today's society where people are ashamed of admitting that they need that support mentally. Like, it's very sad, because everybody needs some type of support, and your mental health is very important to everything you do in life. Suffice to say, I just want this video to come across somebody, and for them to really reflect on their life, on their peers, on who they have. Like, find that one person. It doesn't have to be a group of people. It doesn't have to be multiple people. It can be just one. Find somebody and talk to them, and really open up about how you're feeling physically, mentally, socially, everything. And find someone who's willing to listen, and someone who can empathize and sympathize, because that's very important. Feel free to comment down below what all you want to know for my next video, and if you want me to go more in depth about my mental history or my history in general. I'm an open book. I will absolutely do that. Just be kind to one another.